Hello, this is Jeanette Parker, and I would like to introduce to you today the Spatial Data List Network Viewer. This tool offers the modern network designer a way to expedite design speed and thoroughness. Using relational database techniques and publicly available databases, the SDL Network Viewer can display complete attribute lists on a per-site and/or path level. There are 4 databases that can be downloaded to the viewer, and they are indicated on our main menu. They're the American Tower, ASR, SBA, and the Microwave Pass. Once you have these 4 databases downloaded, you can import them into the database viewer, and they will be available to you for import. Then you also will be able to import linked list, FC report, any generic database, ULS query, and the ULS microwave apps. Within our main menu, we also have a filter palette which we will use to do custom sorting. You can also apply different filters, the column filtering, perimeter filter, KML, and the field mapper. All of these will be used to filter the database. We'll get back to that later. We have a help option, and we are able to provide you with user documentation in all of various areas, getting started, the main menu, the tutorial, screenshots, the various things. We also have video tutorials available to you. We have download information, import information on all of the databases available to you, as well as exports, and quite a lengthy user documentation on our filter palette. We have an About area which will describe your latest version of Spatial Data List. It shows that the status and the type, license type. Also, we have a website, we have a blog, a Twitter, and Facebook available. Release Notes explains to you the current release as well as the changes that were made for that release. And of course, Exit, which will take you out of the tool. So let's go back to downloads, and we'll run through how to download one of these databases. Once you click on the American Tower, it's going to provide a Browse for Folder box where you're going to have to select Create a New Folder, because you have to provide a place for the data to be downloaded to. Today's date. Click OK, and the download process begins. There's a status bar that's going to be filled in, and when this green area is completed, the database is completely downloaded. It's quite fast. As you can see, it's moving along readily. Once this is completed, it's going to give us a message that the database has been downloaded and the amount of time that's taken. Okay? So now that database is available to us, so we're going to import it into the product. So let's click on American Tower. We're going to go to the folder that we created, click OK, and now you see the status bar is indicating we're importing the American Tower database. This works this way for all 4 of these databases. It'll be the same process. When you get to these, you're going to be sent to a file download. It'll be a little bit different way of importing the database to the database viewer. This is going to take a little less than 60 seconds. So once this database is in our viewer, then we're going to be able to scroll through the columns. It doesn't matter how many columns there are in the database. It's going to be in the database viewer, and you're going to be able to scroll through them all. Alright, we now have imported the American Tower database, and you can see that we have 53,102 rows returned. It has taken 43 seconds, and we can scroll through each of those columns, as well as scroll up and down through the data. We are also able to click within the column header, and you're going to be able to sort in ascending or descending order. So let's go get our filter palette and do a simple, let's do a custom sorter to begin with. We're able to sort through this database, and we're able to do so by column names. And you'll note that the column names refer back to the column headers of each of the columns. So I'm going to do a simple sort on state, and you have 6 levels. It gives you a very wide variety for your sort. So click on state. It fills in the sort hierarchy. It's going to be in ascending order. And now we have to apply the sort. And now you see it sorted by state in ascending order. If you want to clear that field, you can go to the top of the screen and clear it that way. If you have a multi-level sort, we're going to sort on state, city within the state, and let's do a structure type within the city, and apply the sort. And now we have the state, city within the state, and the structure type within the city. Rather than using the individual blank space, we can now clear all of these at one time. And that is the custom sorter. So from there, let's go to the column filtering. And I'm going to filter the state. You got several clauses that you can choose through. I'm going to choose equals, do a simple filter to Connecticut, and I'm going to apply the filter. And now we have all of those states equal to Connecticut, and we have 358 rows returned. And you'll note the filter expression at the bottom of our palette shows the same as it does up here. Now you're also able to do what it referred to as roll your own. So you can save this filter to the clipboard, paste, copy it back, and paste it. And now you have the same thing in roll your own as you do here, This enables you to create as many as your own expressions as you wish. Everybody is different. Some may like to use the filter pad here, but some may like to do their own. Now there's something that we need to point out to you. I'm going to change this to VT rather than, first I need to clear this, get us back to the whole number of rows that we have available to us. Now we're going to state equals CT. We still have this here because I didn't clear that, so we still have this. Clear your items, you can clear roll your own, and clear your filters. So I'm going to change this to VT, and I'm going to apply the filter. You can see it went to CT because anything that you have in the roll your own area takes precedence over anything that you put in the criteria of the body of the filter. So once again, remember that if you have anything in the roll your own, it's going to take precedence over this. So now once I clear the parameter, I clear the roll your own, this will take precedence, and I'm going to apply the filter. Now we have Vermont. Okay, I'm going to go back to Connecticut. And we have 358. And now I'm going to go to the other filter options, the parameter filter. The parameter filter allows you two options to do your parameter search type, the center distance or the latitude-longitude bounding box. That's a method of determining candidate locations for inclusion in a database search. You can The second form is a parameter searching that's also available. You have to set that in column filtering and do your parameter filtering based on your minimum and max latitude and longitude. Once you have your filter set as you choose, you can go to your export to your file that you want to export it to. KML options. We're going to use that in a little bit. I'm going to take you to Field Mapper. Field Mapper is used when you have a database that doesn't have standard structure and you have to supply that. You can choose your database type as well as your KML templates, no template, or one of the existing database templates. And once you have completed that, you apply your filter and do your export. We're going to go to KML options. I already have a filtered area that I'm going to use. Remember, we did the Connecticut. Well, I've cleared that already, but I did state equal to Connecticut, and this is the result in our. So you see what we have available to us, and I'm going to choose red as the site color, site icon is dot. Since we have no paths in this database, we're going to go ahead and apply the filter, and then I'm going to export to a KML file. So it brings up our area to save our file. I'm going to call it American Tower KML, today's date, and save it. Okay, it wrote the file. Close this. Let's go find our save file. So I'm looking for American Tower KML. American Tower is our KML file. It's going to bring in Google Earth. And this is one of the very cool features that we have. And there are your sites. Okay, that was our KML option. And once again, all of these files that you have filtered, you can export in the CSV, pipe, or KML. Okay. Once we have that KML option completed, then we're going to go back and we're going to clear all of our columns and bring our database back to its original status. And from there you can do more filtering, do more sorting, whatever you choose to do. We also have available to you, should you need any support, we have a email trouble reporting system where emails will be responded to in 24 hours. If you have any questions, this is how you will keep in touch with us. Once again, the help is available to you online, and you can select and read about any of the areas that you have a question. We also have videos available to you for you just at your leisure. You can go through the videos, and hopefully you will find any questions that you may have answered there. But if not, once again, our user support is always available. And that concludes our introduction to the SDL Network Viewer. Thank you.